Yes, my name is Francis Kweku Osei. I'm a Ghanaian from Cape Coast, to be precise. So someone will say Fanti man, yes. I'm here today not to show how good I am, but I'm only here to share some few knowledge with my fans out there and also my brothers out there. I'm not the guy who will come and sit down and then just play flashy stuff and all that. I'm not used to that. But I like people throwing questions at me, and then, yeah, we all share my experience. And then, so, yes, I'm a Tama ambassador. And, yes, first of all, I want to thank Tama Drums for the privilege. And then also to thank Freddie's Audio, because I always say that in this industry, your talent is just 10%. The rest is how you relate to people, because before you get the gigs coming, somebody will have to say good things about you, or you need that word of mouth before people can trust you and then call you for gigs. So for the fact that Uncle Fred thought about me and then decided to sign me on for Tama, I don't take it for granted. So I want to say a very big thank you to Freddie of Freddie's Audio, and also the whole team, and not forgetting my own brother Jay Zamira, because the conversation started from there, and then he pushed, and then yeah, so that is how come we are here. So today, I don't know what you guys have, any question at all. My time is limited because I have to run for another sound check somewhere, but then I'll try as much as possible to share some few stuff with you. So I'm ready for the first question. Yes. Before, okay, I've been playing for loads of artists. Loads of artists. I can't remember some of them because, yeah, but currently, I've been working with Kojenchi for 15 years now. 15 good years. I've been his drummer for the past 15 years. And I've worked with Samini, Rexoma, and other bands like Shabo Crew, Ohiabeya, and now I'm with the Kashibu area band. And for someone like me coming from that kind of background, I think I had the privilege to work with so many big musicians that I was understudying, like Kwame Yeboah, Dan Graham, Mr. Kwasin, so many. If I'm not careful, I'll mention some and then leave some. So I want to thank everybody for the teachings and the guidance. I'm really happy. So let's hit straight to the question. So yes, my first question.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for this opportunity. But I want to ask this question.
Sure.
For how long have you been playing drums?
For how long have you? Oh, okay. Actually, I started as at the age of 3 and 4, between 3 and 4, I was actually a percussionist. I was my grandmother church and I made percussion. So I'm actually a conga player. I started with congas before moving into drums. That is why when I play drums, I add a little bit of conga vocabulary onto the drum. So I would say I started the drums around when I was in class 3. That should be age 7 or 8, I guess. Yes.
Okay.
So, and so it's like 30 years now. Yes. 30 years, yeah. So when I started playing at 8. So, Any other question?
So, as a drummer, what are your difficult moments? Whilst you are playing with the band?
Yeah.
Do you find any challenges or difficulties in playing?
Yes, of course. No one is perfect, and we are still growing. So, but then that is how rehearsal can. Once you prepare, yes, you should be able to deliver. But then on stage, like, difficulties will come from not only from the playing, sometimes from every angle, like technical issues, and then maybe you can't hear the rest of the members of the band, and then yeah. But then the only time if you say difficulties, beba, when you want to show off. Because when you see people around and you want to just show off and then you want to play something you haven't rehearsed or something that you couldn't you couldn't imagine you playing, You understand? Yeah, but then say, mesua a drum pattern. Yeah, you rehearse over and over and over and over and over. And I say, M. Cause say, hey, the bounce sounds good. There shouldn't be any reason why I get onto the stage and then I cannot play. It's either you want to impress people or you are thinking about the people around you watching you. That is when you start kind of messing up. But apart from that today, I think, yes, difficulties in there, anytime, yeah. But it depends on where it's coming from. Is it coming from a bad sound guy messing up the sound? You understand? Because I'm not sure, football player be, you don't be quick park or so on your training and I say, I'm go through the routine. What do I say? You are the gig because they know you can play. That is why they call you for the gig. So, yes. Yes.
Okay, sir. Please, I know since you started playing drums, you've seen a whole lot of drum sets.
Yes.
Series of drums.
Yes.
But how do you find Tama drums?
Okay, I'm not going to be biased here because my first endorsement was with Mapex. I got a Mapex, the Saturn Pro, and it sounded amazing, and it still sounds amazing. Trust me, because the 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, I play a giant kit, so. And then I moved to MES drums, yes. And then I went back to Mapex, I think so Rion series, I think, yes. And then now with Tama. Yes, because I don't want to mention any brand. There are some particular brands of drums that when I play, it feels so heavy to me. Very, very heavy. Like I say, a so I can't control the drum. But then I find Tama to be the precise drum that I think I can really relate to. That's why for all these years I'm still playing my Tama. Yes, once in a while you go for programs and then they don't have Tama, you adjust. But then I love playing the Tama because I like the tone first because this is the one I'm using, the Superstar series, and they sound phenomenal. They sound amazing with the finishing and everything. So I just love Tama drums, yes, because you see it has that kind of open sound. It's not like the other drums that the sound is buried, but this one is very open. Regardless of which drum heads you put it on, yes, it will respond to that. And I don't know how they did it though, but then I love it. Yep. Yes. Any other question? Yeah.
Mr. Osei, please thank you for the privilege. Yeah.
Sure.
It's my first time meeting you.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I've been seeing your videos and also on TV and
Yeah.
stuff. But I want to ask this question. When you were growing up, was it a talent within you, or it was a gift that God gave to you, or you were taught?
Okay.
Or you had a zeal to play drum?
Okay. I think it's a talent. That one, no two ways about that. But then, you remember the story in the Bible? God gave talents to I think 10 people, 5 people, or whatever. But then He gave some 10, He gave some 2, some 1, and then. So what I would say that even if it's a talent, you have to work at it. So the man 10 no, or the man 5 no, the koyejuma enya bi account. So even so what talent and I say when develop ya wunya be in count and come find say yes, it's my talent to me rehearse here now we are like but then say man ye hu adwuma emfami ndu da empempensona as I say edumi do no. Yes, so I am talent Nyankopon e de chan aduma che dem so Nyankopon de chan. Yes.
Okay, so please, how long have you been working with Freddie Soju?
I think with Tama, me signing on to Tama, I think it's been like 4 to 5 years now.
Okay.
Yes, but then some of the MES we didn't count that it would be like 10 years. Yes, we used to be at the other side, and then now we moved to yes. So it's been a long time. I mean, yes, Yes.
My final question.
Yeah.
I've studied you for some time now. You always like playing German.
Which one?
German. The one
Yeah. Okay. The African stuff. Yeah.
Is it something that is part of you, or is
It's part of me because of the environment I was raised. You know, from Cape Coast, now me bought brass band, and then like I told you, I'm a conga player before I started playing drums at age 8. So it's something that it comes naturally. Sometimes I don't even plan them. Yeah. So yeah. I mean, yeah. Yeah, percussion is by nature, you know, drums and ever count. Yes.
Actually, I'm very good, but
Okay.
I want to take this privilege to ask a question.
Yes, sure.
Can you explain about stick selection?
Stick selection, very good question. This is now we are getting to the technical part of the whole thing. So, you know, I like 5A extreme. I mean, the 5A, that's the size, but then the extreme because Musamewa. So I prefer the extreme because I can stretch and then you understand. I mean, I can easily touch any of the cymbals or any of the drum. And then 2, the size of the drum counts. You see, this is 10 inch, this is 12, and then this is 16. We have 7A. If you use 7A on a floor tom, you can't get the actual tone of it because the 7A drumsticks are very light and then small, so it will not project properly. But then 5A is in between. And then we have 2B. The 2Bs are too big. It will be too much. I mean, you can, but then I think say it's too heavy for 10-inch drum. That's what I say. I said what the one my elbow I do is no, but what the call would do so there yeah better. So I prefer the 5A. So that I mean 5A is standard. 5A is standard regardless of the size of the drum. 5A is standard, yeah. So I will always choose 5A. And then because me one inch I'll choose 5A extreme. And then yes. Basically. Okay, so now I also want to share with you choice of heads. They will say in this country, people spend so much time doing sound checking, which, assuming the right spot to hit, like they will kind of eliminate all those hours in your wasting, because we have coated heads and we have clear heads. Even with the clear heads, we have double ply and we have different. Yeah, we have one that hydraulics. It has some oil in it. I mean, those oil ones, naturally instead of putting damper rings and all that, those ones serves as the damper ring. So once you use the hydraulic ones, you don't need to put any muff. You don't have to muffle the drums. I mean, unless you are going for a very shorter sound, and then you can put moon gels or some few stuff on it. But then, I like coated drum heads for some type of music. And I have clear heads for some type of music. And then when it comes, because I'm a sound engineer, so I'm a mixing engineer, so I get different projects and different files or different materials. Already clear a boy, so already coated. So I know how is sounding. You understand? So if I really want some particular, sometimes they will bring the project and then I could easily tell say no, this genre of music or this style of music, they should have used coated heads. But because they didn't know, I will end up replacing the toms because I have drum samples are air coated. And so I will use those ones to replace so that I get that kind of texture that I want, yes. Especially people use pinstripe. Pinstripe, they are very thick. So it's good for some particular genre of music, but then for jazz music, it doesn't work for me, yes. But then the coated ones works perfectly for jazz and then kind of, yeah. But the rock and all those kind of stuff, the pinstripe is, I think, is too heavy for for such music, yeah. And then also the dampening. I see people putting like these rings, but in a studio situation, it works and sometimes it doesn't, depending on the kind of music you're playing. You understand? Because sometimes you need the decay or the resonance a little bit, but this will kind of shorten the whole thing. So let's see this one. Sorry, this will be loud because I have the drum. So this one you can't hear any overtones, right? But if I take it out, all those ones, you understand? All those overtones, you know, it's a one dampener. The engineer will spend so much time dealing with those overtones. And until damper rings, you know, that one. I mean, it's good to have these ones, but then sometimes to be in a studio situation, you needed you needed the drum to be open a little bit, or the decay to kind of sustain a little bit. But then sometimes you see that thing. So imagine if I didn't, because this is like giving me 360, right? Imagine if I mute or if I dump in just a half of it, you still have some resonance, but then this one will kind of. So depending on it's a situation based to base thing. So yes, but then I realized that because of these damperings in Tiama, people are lazy. People don't want to spend time tuning the drum to go over the logs and then check all the harmonics if they are even. So they will just put it, and then typical example, if I take this one out, it doesn't sound good. I intentionally detuned this just to demonstrate. So for person more listening today, just put this and then it sounds bad. Then at the end of the day, you know, it's not. I say open kakra. Oh, I don't know. It has to be open a little bit. So people try to shortcuts into Charlie dampering to Sunafa. But it depends. If you are here open tone, yeah, definitely that one you will just kind of mute some part and then leave some part so that you get the wind. Yes. And then what I want to talk about is people call me from time to time that, okay, we are coming to buy drum heads. Which ones should we buy? And then, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it depends on what you are using it for. At least if it's a drum near very busy, if every time, like let's say for church situation, at least it depends on how many days you play. I would say like every 2 to 3 months, you should be able to change the drum head, depending on how frequently, the drum is being used at church. As I be on Sunday, they will play. Choir rehearsal, they will play. Wednesday Bible studies, they will play. Friday all night, they will play. So Saturday choir rehearsals, you will play. So you are playing the drum 5 times in a week. You understand? So 5 times in a week, you should. Once you realize that the drum is, you can't get any tone out of the drum. Yes, you have to try and change them. But we live in a situation that drum heads, people think they're expensive, and the church doesn't want to buy, so they will use the same thing. But then let me tell you, a good sound comes from one, the instrument, and then the person playing. I can be a very good drummer, but if I come and the drum doesn't sound good, it doesn't matter how I play, it will not sound good. It will not sound good. You understand? So my engineers normal work now easy amount. We also have to show up, maybe bringing moon gels or damper rings alongside, so that at least it can make the job easy for the musician, for the sound engineer. Yes. So.
Okay, so I want to ask a question. And now you are saying that you're not just a drummer, but also a sound engineer.
Yeah. Mixing engineer, studio.
Here's the case whereby when somebody brings a project to you,
yeah,
and the tone you are looking for,
yeah,
you're not able to get that.
Yeah.
Is it samples? You use a word.
Yes, you can use samples. Yes,
So
yeah.
what kind of samples? Is it you recording straight from the drum in the
Okay,
studio, or
so there is two things. I get your point. You see, people hate drum samples, but even the pros use them. But then it depends on the kind of music. If I'm doing high life, I will never use a sample like the old school Ramblers, because those ones they are very dynamic. I'm playing like some places you play higher, some places you play softer and all that. So that one, I will never use a sample on a old school high life or a jazz kind of. But if it's a music that I'm getting constant backbeats like that, yes, because the drummer is not consistent, and then you need that kind of backbeat that is very consistent. So I will just kind of duplicate the original snare. No matter how bad the original snare sounds like, I will use it because it has so much details in it, like the ghost note and all that. Because the drum sample program that we use, it's not all of them that can kind of get the ghost note. So sometimes all you have to do is keep it, at least EQ it to a decent point, and then duplicate it, and then add a sample to the one, and then just blend the sample to the original one, so that you don't lose the details, like the ghost note and all that. But some people do total replacement, so it makes the thing sound like a machine gun. In case the drummer play like the drum sample will make it the same velocity. That's why people hate. I mean, I think it's because most engineers don't know how to kind of use the drum samples. That's why it happens like that. But then everybody uses. I mean, using drum sample, you can argue, but then the thing is, for the fact that we're carpenter, you see saw would the chop wood. Now me see you see the electric one. No, and chesa me carpenter. It's about getting the job done. So if I have to get the job done, yeah. But then people also don't spend. But then the best way to use the drum sample is sometime before the recordings. You have to let the engineer record the actual drum. So you play snare, he will record, play tom, he will record, play, so that when you want to sample, you can use the same drum to sample. Like you can use the same drum to replace, so that it doesn't sound different from the original way. Or sometimes the trick is you duplicate the main snare and then put a hard gate on one. You understand? So the gate not getting all the cymbal bleed, and then the one that you are not gated in, which is still the original one, you just use that one to blend, that one, the ungated one is giving you the details, and then the gated one is giving you the constant, the harder hits. That's all.
So if I ask, what can you also talk about when it comes to room treatment?
I'm
the case whereby I've realized sometimes every room
is different.
Have its own challenges.
Yeah.
So as a drummer, in case, let's say you've gone to a session, let's say at Apostolic or
Yeah.
a church you've not
Yeah.
been before, and the whole room is very, let's say, echoey.
Yeah.
So you've done everything possible.
Okay.
So as an engineer, what is a way forward to solve problems?
Okay. I'm not a live sound engineer. I'm a studio. Yeah.
So the digital one,
Sorry.
is it digital or live? Because you say it's not live.
Oh, when I say live, meaning I don't do live events.
Okay.
Like church program, or I work from studio more. You understand? But then I know we have people who have knowledge about room treatment, so they can come to the church room and then do the delay, calculate the delays and all those kind of. It's a bit. I don't have much knowledge about it. But then, yes. But once it's done, at least I can have my way around it on how the drum should sound or how I want because I know the frequencies of the toms. For instance, the first tom, the fundamental frequency will be around 200 hertz. That is where the tone is, because the first tom is 10 inch actually. So it will be around 200. As it's getting lower, like you're tuning the drum lower, the frequency will change. So this will be like 190, 180 hertz thereabout. You understand? And then this will be around 73, between 73 and 80. So if you do a bell cue on the mixer and then you sweep, you just say okay, floor tom, because it's tuned very low pitch. So you see that we're around 8. So once I know, I'll just come and then roll off everything below 200, boost the 200 with a bell cue, just to get the tone. Yes, so I'll just boost that one, and then in between some muddy frequencies that I don't want. So I can cut like 350. Between 500 and then 800. I can cut those ones off, and then I will open like 4.5K or 5K for the stick attack. All is bell cue. Bell cue. So I'll get a stick attack. So the same thing.
So if I'm right now you're talking about frequency, right?
Yeah.
And also, I'm also an engineer.
Okay.
So I'm not
Okay.
live, but so are you trying to say each and every instrument will have its own frequency?
No, on the drum, I know about the drum.
You know about it?
And even with the drum, it changes from time to time, because the tone. The tone depends. You kind of say, the lower the pitch, the lower the frequency. The higher the pitch, the higher the frequency. Yes. You understand? Yes.
And also
So-
you're talking about cuttings and frequency.
Yeah, cutting, because apart from the main frequency that you want, there will be some frequencies that you don't like, which is like kind of muddying the whole thing. Yes, which is muddying up the whole thing. Yeah. Before the next question, I should say that Freddie is giving out 25% discount to every instrument or every equipment that you purchase from here. You can just mention my name. I have a discount. I have a bigger discount, so they will buy it in my name. So yes, Freddie's Audio. Yes, so they are giving 25% discount for all purchases. So please make your way and then come in this Christmas. It's only for this Christmas. So after Christmas, the person is shooting the game. So yeah. So basically, this is what I can do. I will just demonstrate something small, and then yes. My approach to different styles of music. Bright always tell me that I'm a chameleon drummer, because I listen to different genres of music. So even if I don't play that particular genre, at least once I listen to it, or I kind of produce similar thing, I have an idea on how it should sound. So like a reggae. So this snare drum is a cherry bomb snare, and we're tuning it pretty high. You understand? And then this technique, me bro ni bino chem, or then my friend Richard Plowman on a chem this technique. So normally you would think say reggae snare should sound like this, right? Let me off this. But then Ochrem said, no, you have to tune it very high, and then you dampen some. Won't dampen in won't dampen in and show from the other one and then from this one. But then the same snare, and the same we use it for high life. Because it's very high, I cannot use it, so I'll just use a deep fast snare. It's like a bell on the and then I'll just put it in there. So you have to maybe play 13 snare or high life snare. Same snare. I'm just coming to play some grooves and then I'll sign off. They say 15 more minutes. I'm not sure I can do 15 minutes because, yeah. In my head so that I will still be in time. Other than that, I see people rehearsing and then first thing they will do like. It's okay, but then you're not going to play like that on a gig without any. It's okay to do all these rudiments, 4 year, 2 year, 3 year, but then you have to put it in a measure. You understand? And then everyone was okay. How is this sounding? So, like for instance, if I say put it in a measure, meaning like count, it should be in time. You understand? So. At least, because anytime a mobile music be, you know, say you are playing to a particular time signature or particular tempo, so every lick, or you have to try and put it in a measure so that say okay. Yeah, but then, and I see people focusing more on gospel chops. I mean, it's fantastic. But then, most of the bands I play, it's not that kind of band that is very. It's not like a fusion band that you need, or because it's either I'm playing with a reggae artist, or I'm playing with it's either I'm playing with a reggae artist, or I'm playing with a pop artist, or I'm playing a high life. So with a high life, I can't do all these things in high life songs. I mean, it won't work. As I say, so I mean, I have an idea on all these rudiments, gospel chops and all that, but then unfortunately most of the bands now it's so most of the band. Thing is, you have to know the artist you are playing with, or the kind of music you are playing, and then what the recommendation is. Which one I say? Because imagine your book in middle of upper. Then, for the first minimum gospel chops in church, but 2 verses, I have to do a hard roll on that kind of song. Assuming. You have to just respect the music, and then the music can require, and that is what you should give them. Yes, I don't ever watch our gig every time they are between years. Yeah. Last question then. Yes.
I saw you made something very long. That was I'm sure supernatural empowerment.
Okay.
One of the drummers was sitting there, and he asked him to play 3/4 or something like that.
Okay.
And he just said play 3/4. And the guy rolled, and before coming in, and the mentor was like, stop. I said 3/4. Okay. He repeated this like 3 to 4 times before he started to teach him that this. But it's not that he's not playing the right thing, he's playing the right thing. So are you trying to say over here that with the demonstration of Korean song, are you trying to say simplicity is the key, or how the song is, you should play it that way?
Oh, okay. When you say there's no, I don't want to sound like I'm putting something in the box or something is faked. I mean, and the artist, I'm working for the artist, right? So what I said, Korean Chikatem say during the verse, he want me to do that role. He's the one going to pay me, or if my boss, Kwame, but who is the music director for Korean, she tells me to do that, I have to figure it out and then do exactly, because what I say, but because they know and they are mature and they are super amazing musicians, they know that no, this is the way to go. And see, this is, I mean, what do I say? But the only say I understand because time when I young, now my boss chops and I can. I thought say you come share, but today I feel so lazy to even play them. I don't even want to try it or play it in anybody's music, yeah. Because yes, Matisa, I've heard it over and over and over and over and over. I'm not against it, but then the kind of music I'm playing these days, it doesn't require that, so it's not something I'm really bothered about. What do I say? And being able to play chops and not being able to play chops doesn't matter. It has not. What do I say? I mean, country we pen to me what drum chops in this and no. Prefer reggae drummer bra. I mean, me sure someone to me gospel chops and that, but then they are playing what the song demands. What's what I say? And when it comes to music, nobody wins. There's nothing like this is the best or the best drama. Or I hear people saying that, and I feel uncomfortable when people address me Ghana's best drama. I just don't like, I just don't like the idea because obi an your best ever music, because music here dynamics, okay, and a spirit in the music, and you're like 100 meters, or because we drawing way, and now we go slow as in way. There be a illustration say 2 persons can come here and then play a sax solo. One will come and play. He'll play amazing, and then Obi will say, "Quiet, Charlie. The guy gets speedo." Oh, Charlie, the guy be so sweet. So in this case, in the sweet and then the crazy guy, who wins? Obi Pewe, Obi Pewe. Say, yeah, 100 meters there, the way winning, the way winning. The worry. But we know, Obi Pe, Mitue, Obi Pe reggae, right? Obi a reggae drummer, Obi a fusion jazz player, Obi a rock and roll. Does that mean so you're better than the fusion drummer? And I say, or you're better than the person playing for some bigger gospel artists? And I'm like, no. So we are all doing our part, but then it's all who baby was strength war. Oh, I didn't hear. It's all who baby was strength war. Basically, that's it. So, thank you, Freddy's Audio, for having me here.